It's time to play back the song and mark the key points. So what do I mean by that? If I zoom out a little bit, I had the song here from the previous module. As you remember, we downloaded the different stems and we only selected the instrumental, the drums, and the bass. And now we have the three of them starting at the same point. So here what I do is I just listen to the song and I mark the parts that I consider important. Or I even mark the parts that I think I will introduce cuts. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It just helps me to know where do I have to place the cuts if I want to match the song to the beat. So let me explain this. I'm just actually gonna pick the drums. These are the drums. So I'm gonna disable this. If you press D, you disable D. And I'm gonna play this. So as you can see, there's many kicks and drums here, kicks and snares. So you don't always have to like cut your edit to the music, but some parts it's helpful if you do. So what I'm gonna do here, just an example for you, is I'm gonna mark, let me just enable this back again. By pressing M, that it would put a mark, I'm gonna mark the parts that I believe there should be cuts. So every time I hear a beat I think should be a change, I'm gonna press M and put a mark. So to do that you have to select the clip and now play the song. Pa, po, po, 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 pa, po, pa, po, po, pa, po, po, pa, po, po, pa, po, po. So as you can see, I have already lots of marks. And I mean, this song is pretty simple because they go with the beats. So as long as you keep your cuts where the beats are, you should be fine. Again, you should not keep all the cuts where there's beats, but that will help with the flow. So this is one way to do it. As I said, this is not strictly necessary, but this is one way to do it. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably use this part too. So I'm gonna put more marks here. So this is how you would do it. And then when you place the footage, you could use this as your cuts. So every time there's a beat, you cut. So this is one way to mark the actual beat. But if you want, you can also mark the melody. So I'm gonna disable this and just play this. So if we mark the melody, hold on. I'm gonna kill the bass too. This one is the bass, so I'm gonna kill it. So I'm gonna mark the cuts on the melody. So let's press play and mark whenever we hear a shift on the tone or the note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and that should be enough. I'm not gonna put more. I was just doing this as an example for you to understand what is a good way to like synchronize your footage with your music. Use it if it helps you out. Just feel free to use it and to mark the parts you like. Again, don't feel that you have to follow this rule and always cut wherever there's a beat, wherever the song changes. But you'll see that it helps a lot.
What defines you? Is it your routine? The way you like your coffee in the morning, dark with a hint of honey? Is it the way you dress, sharp and ready to tackle all that comes your way? Is it decisions you make, where you go and what you choose to see? Or is it how you spend your time, taking advantage of each and every moment? You might be abstract and spontaneous, clever and charismatic, vigilant and competitive. You might just be different, not like any other, always changing. So what defines you? Everything.